welcome. I honestly did not expect to be going live here today, but I'm kind of glad that I am. I pushed through some of the parts within me that were feeling a little vulnerable, sensitive, as we all are in some pretty intense energy, wavy, high highs, low lows, and kind of all around. This is probably one of the most powerful eclipse portals energies that I can recall experiencing, and it's got a lot of beauty to it, but it's just packs a lot of power, a lot of change, and for those of you who are ultra sensitive, extrasensory, such as myself, you may be feeling a lot of physical sensations as the energies are expanding and an awakening parts within ourselves, pushing through any old dense stuck energy. And right now I'm experiencing a lot of heat for some reason, and like I said, I was not planning on coming online, but I felt the call. I heard the call, and then just a little FYI of how sensitive this energy can make someone like me. Imposter syndrome kicked in. Not necessarily imposter syndrome, but like I wasn't feeling like I was ready. And the guides are like, no, you're ready. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I've done a lot of videos on the new moon and the eclipse energy, but I was instructed to go into my office and pull out a bunch of decks that I have not read from in many, many, many years. Well, this one I might have used last year, but these are kind of my start off decks when I first started channeling energy and reading cards. And for some reason, we're going back to that period of time in 2018. We're going back to that energy for me. Okay, so hello and welcome. We're going to just set this over here. I hope that you are all doing well and weathering the storm. Speaking of storms, I did get word I do have family in Florida, in the St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area, and everybody is okay, thankfully. We just heard a little bit ago. And then my baby brother lives down in Asheville, North Carolina, also got pummeled by the Hurricane Helene, and they finally were able to at least reach out to say we're okay, no power or Wi-Fi. I'm not sure how they even got through, but prayers to all who are going through an immense amount of loss, flooding, tragedy. It was a pretty hefty, devastating storm, and I know it's not over. It actually had moved out inland for a bit. It's been just really humid and muggy and wet here, but apparently the storm will be coming where I live in the next day or two, I think. Who knows? Anyway, just another metaphor for the stormy energy that we are experiencing. And oh my God, the back of my crown. If I could just imagine. All right, just give me a moment. I think we have some messages already starting to come through. This is why I got nervous. I've been channeling a lot. I've been channeling a lot on my own. All right, and they're asking me to give some updates from what I've been channeling. Hello. I'm sorry. I'm not doing any personal readings. You can reach out to me. All my information is in the description box if you would like a personal reading. We are reading for the collective right now. So, without going too deep into it, I've been talking about the shadow aspect of ourselves, and that we are all revisiting the shadow of ourselves in this dark moon phase, um, where we have a lot of Libra activity. Black Moon Lilith, in particular, keeps coming to the forefront of my mind's eye. That is our suppressed um, expressions of ourselves that were just rejected. Hi, hello, Brittany. Hello, Atuza. The suppressed parts of ourselves, the rejected parts of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that had been hurt and are angry, even. Not necessarily. Okay, there's definitely angry parts. Yes, there's also parts that are insecure. Thank you. The insecurity. Hello, spiritual awakening, Scorpio. Yeah, so a lot of things can't talk. A lot of things are rising to the surface, to the light of consciousness. How has my day been? My day's been pretty good. And my days lately have been pretty I'm in a lot of different realms right now, and that's why I was a little, you really want me to go live right now? But apparently there are some messages, and I've been channeling a lot, which is what I'm trying to get to. What has been coming to the surface? Many may be having visions of past lives. That's been coming up very rampantly. Like I said, the sensations, the body sensations, the aches, the pains, I'm having it right now in the back of my head, this pressure. My teeth are shifting like crazy. Every morning I wake up, my teeth feel like they're a different set of teeth in my mouth, which is very odd. But I am also aware of how the energy is moving through our bodies right now pretty rapidly. And there's a purification and a detoxification that is going on, whether you're aware of it or not, energetically, physically, metaphysically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all of it. So we're still in a big point of dissolving and releasing. A lot of stuff from the past is coming up. Maybe some of you are actually having people from the past come back into your physical experience. There's a lot of unresolved relationships or things through relationships that are coming back to the light of consciousness for some form of resolve. Hopefully, ultimately, that's what we're trying to get to anyway. Anything else? I always miss. I should take notes, really. It's been a very interesting week energetically. And from the messages I've been receiving, there's a large group of souls who are sort of stuck or unable to free themselves from this hall of mirrors. If any of you are familiar with Thoth, the halls of Amenti, if you're not, maybe do a little research, look it up and read about that. That is really the mirroring of our own personal projections, reflecting back at us, our illusions. And I did speak about Neptune yesterday in a previous video, how Neptune is working in an out of sign conjunction with the with the North Node, sorry, while Black Moon Lilith, Mercury, the Sun, and soon the Moon working with the South Node. These are big, powerful lineups for great change, especially working with different spiritual dimensions or realms. Neptune. Working with the North Node is not easy. Sometimes working with the South Node is easier than working with the North Node, because the North Node wants to bring us to our destined path. But what do we have to do to get to the destined path? We have to recognize what can't come with us from the South Node. What illusions, what dream, what perception that we have of ourselves and of life that has got to be stripped down to face the truth. Okay. So, how is everybody doing? Okay, I am searching here for. I am going to just warn everybody, I have no patience for silliness today, or what I call the invasion, and maybe that was the pain I was feeling. Yes, okay, the pain I was feeling in the back of my head. So I certainly will try to get to all of your questions, but when the questions start to get to a point of, I'm going to question whether or not you're actually legitimately on this live stream to work together energetically and help raise the frequency and our consciousness and have an understanding of what we are experiencing here at this time. Or if you just want to play around, I'm not going to be engaging. Let's just say spiritual awakening Scorpio is good, 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 good. So let's begin. I'm not sure why they had me pull these cards out, other than to say I am reminiscing. I'm reminiscing back to a time when I was going through the states of rapture, the states of awe, the states of just mystical, magical wonderness, and the wonderment of it all. When I realized that I was actually channeling messages through cards. And it took me many years to fully believe what I was receiving, but I've had more than enough confirmation now that you would think that I don't question it as much. But there are still times, like when I'm feeling vulnerable, that I'm like, really? So let me just get out of the way here for 1 second, and I'll tap into the energy. I hope you are all doing well. Lots of energy, rushing through the body. I'll start off with this. I'm sending everyone healing, love, and energy. I transmute and transform all the negativity. Thank you, spiritual awakening, Scorpio. Thank you very much. And I'll receive that from you as well. Yeah, there are a lot of trickster energies right now when we're working with the shadow. There are many of us who are like, yeah, I'm not playing around with shadow, but then there's trickster energies, and it's important to honor the triggers that these trickster, I call them the trickster anyway, the trickster energies. And actually that makes sense, Mercury can be quite the trickster. Mercury in Libra working with Black Moon Lilith and the South Node. Yeah, so if we are not, we're seeing the game and we're like, I'm not playing, it's still important to see what the energy is trying to arouse within us, because this is a really good time to release, a release point. So yeah, it's kind of been like little parasites, little fleas, little, and they're little dark energies or entities that sometimes want to kind of nip at us, and can flick them away all you want, but it's important to take a look at what it brings up, because it's sort of, the trickster energy isn't anything bad really. It can be annoying, but it's a help. It's a messenger of, something knocking on your door. Hey, we're just helping you here. There's something in your vibrational, it's like really deep in there that you might not be fully aware of, that we're going to bring to the light of consciousness so that you can transmute, release all the negativity. And I've gone through the whole ladder of them this week. There's shame and guilt. I've had many dreams of giving birth to my son. There's a lot of newness, a lot of big, huge changes going on in my life experience, and a lot of new, amazing, fantastic things. Yet with those also come the challenges. We have first card out, the White Swan. The power of divine grace is within you. And that's so true. It is what I ask for, especially on the mornings I wake up where I'm feeling a lot of energy and I'm like, ooh, I don't even think none of this is mine. I went to sleep light and love and woke up with, oh, but I will dive into it to see, but I ask first, please flood me with grace. Flood me with the power of divine grace. It is within us all. Is there anything else from this deck? I'm reading from Divine Feather Messenger. Okay. We have the Grouse. Hello, Jess. Happy Saturday. We have the Grouse. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Again, as I was saying, there's so much energy flooding in right now, and it's helping to break up any density that's still residing in our consciousness, in our body, in our energy field. So if you feel like you need to have some movement, do it. Dance, go for a walk, shake it out, brush it off. It's important to move and circulate the energies so they don't cause like pain and uncomfortableness. Hi, Lisa. And this is so true also. From my experience, it has been every single day, the physical body has a different sensation to it, mine. And today it feels amazing. It actually feels good, except for the back of my head feeling like it's being squeezed from time to time. I'm in good shape. I feel good. But I've had a couple moments of different aches and pains. And like I was saying, my teeth completely shifted to the right a lot within the week, almost to the point like where I feel like back when I was a kid and I had braces and like, you know, your teeth are kind of looser and moving around. It's very odd. But moving breath work, really helpful because it's powerful. This is intense. For those of you, like I said, who are ultra sensitive, extrasensory, feeling a lot. Even it doesn't matter what techniques and practices you put into place. And with grace, with the power of divine grace within, for me, this hasn't been all week. Actually, I was riding very high on a very high frequency for weeks and came to a very calm and peaceful state. It wasn't until just Wednesday, I think it was, where I, you know, what goes up must come down, where I felt a crash. I felt a crash in my energy. I felt a crash physically. I felt heavy. Like my legs were like of lead. It was literally, Lisa says Advil and sleeping. Yeah. A lot of people are having also, unfortunately, and be mindful in this energy, you're having accidents, breaking bones and having injuries, or getting sick. So our physical body is going through this process with us. So it is important to take good care of it. Drink plenty of water. Right now I'm drinking moringa tea, which is a very potent plant known for a lot of medicinal properties. I can't tell you all of it. I just listened to the wisdom of my mother, who is a naturopath. Well, she's a nurse, but she's a wizard when it comes to plants and plant medicine. Anyway, anything else? Thank you. Oh, I like the eagle, the owl at the bottom of the deck. Been getting a lot of owls. And I still have 2 owls, at least 2, in the tree above my bedroom. I hear them every night, hooting, speaking to me. So overall, the owl, your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Going backwards, so we do have grace. We have that power of divine grace within us. This is the best time to really utilize that inner peace, when you can find it, when you can take a moment, a time out to breathe through whatever energies are coming through. And movement when you can. Movement helps move things around. They're loud, the owls, they are. And we have the eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. It's very interesting because I did bring this book back out. I'm always talking about A Path with Heart. And I was reading again this morning. You can see I have like so much highlighted in this book, but it's going through all of the roller coaster ride of energy, especially when the chakras begin to open and the Kundalini energy is rising through, and suddenly our senses, all of our senses are extra, and we start to feel and sense and smell and see things that we normally don't. And Jess O's had a lot of owl activity this week too. Yeah, good. I feel like we're all kind of being guided by a lot of divine feather creatures right now. We're learning all aspects. We are hitting almost all realms, and we're going into October. Now that's bringing us, and many of you who maybe already are aware that you have the ability to tap into the realms of those who have passed on. Some people would call it a medium or mediumship. I look at it a little bit different. I see a medium as somebody who meets spirit in the middle, the medium, because those, especially those who, well, it's hard to really put into words, but it's a channeling. It's channeling of spirits no longer in form here on the planet, but they're still here with us. They will be touching us. We'll have the ability to reach out and hear from them, see them, speak to them more and more and more. Maybe some of you already are. Telepathy is just, it's wild, the telepathy right now. I always love that, unless I end up tapping into somebody that is going through a lot of pain and heartbreak. Then I kind of try to, I don't know what to do still other than give them love energetically. Oh my, hold on. I knew I felt another one coming on. And another form of vision and sensory experience that I've been experiencing very heavily this week has been remote viewing, which I think I've tried to turn off many times. It feels like an invasion of privacy, and I'm not asking to do it, but it must be coming from those who are maybe either thinking of me or doing that with me. And so it turns it on for me to look at them. Anyway, we're passing through many big spiritual realms right now. I allow you to tap into my energy. What do you see and feel? These extrasensory experiences are reaching an all-time new heightened ability for many of us. And we have the Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. We're going into a new moon, solar eclipse, big changes. There are new openings, new beginnings, new opportunities that are presenting themselves to each and every one of us. And thank you, Spiritual Awakening Scorpio. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm kind of in this message here. But, you know, we can do that in a private session. A lot of energy, a lot of energy. So let's see what else wants to come through. All right. So overall, the owl, your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So this is probably why a lot of the doubt creeps up. A lot of the, I've been pulling the, well, that's, here it is at the bottom. I've been pulling, hello, Martin, you can't make it up card over and over and over again. As I'm having these remote viewing sessions with others, as I'm like having telepathic communication with others, as the other realms are really kind of shaping into an actual reality for me, in and out. I'm like, is this like real? Did I take did I take some kind of a hallucinogen? Now I know why they wanted me to break out old cards from back then. Yeah, there was a point in time in my life where I was heavily in this state of rapture, I guess you would call it, of just not really being in this world, tapped too much into the other realms. And it is part of the journey. It must be the tea. Maybe. I know that I feel Neptune very strongly. I'm always talking about Neptune, and Neptune getting into a closer and closer conjunction with the North Node. They're already working together. I feel that pull, and I feel that energy really working on me in a very heavy manner right now. I embrace it. I embrace it. I'm hearing embody it. I'm working towards embodying it. Yes, because I've actually been really busy with energy work and readings and one-on, like personal, in person. There's always a reason for everything, and the reason why I think my YouTube channel subscriptions was diminishing and the viewers are diminishing and Facebook deleting my videos and all of this stuff is because Spirit keeps saying, I want you with people in the flesh. And that's happening. That's happening very, very strongly. Like fast and furious right now. Thank you. 3 of air. This is speaking of the need to forgive, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. 10 of air. End of a difficult situation. Embrace change. Expect things to get better now. Recovering from addiction. High Priestess, listen to your intuition again with the owl. It's so interesting. Why it's all spiritual people single. Martin says something more tangible, real, and intimate. Well, overall, we have the 3 of water. This Libra energy is really assisting us in forming true, intimate, healthy relationships and connections. But before we can get there, we're still working on our patterns and our insecurities, codependencies, anything that may have even been hidden, the shadow of ourselves when we are in relationship to other, because the true form of also, thank you, the fact that love, most people, it's so distorted from movies, from TV, from books, from stories, from fairy tales, from societal programming and family conditioning. It's been so corrupted and distorted that we must first unpack and dissolve all of that and see how we were acting and playing on a story that was implanted and embedded in us that is not true. That is not true love. That is not true intimacy. That is something that has been created for us to try to live up to, right? So this is the undoing of all of that. And we do have to do that solo for the most part. Yeah, learning to love the self. And once we love ourselves, all of ourselves, we don't wear a mask. We don't cover up anything. Flaws and all, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Our definition of love is distorted, extremely distorted. So, but many of us have begun to form connections that are divine, that are true intimacy. We are also seeing the shadow aspects of ourselves arise. We're learning our patterns as we go. We're seeing our shadow and making the conscious choice to, no, I no longer want to hide the fact that I thought you were mad at me and I got really insecure and I want to ask, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? That's vulnerability. That is transparency. That is allowing you to see into me. Into me, I see. So this is what we're going through. All this Libra energy is so that eventually we get to the point where our connections, our relationships to others, and our relationship to ourself are more intimate, more transparent, more vulnerable, more real. Pisces is dissolving what we thought of things in the past. Yep. And that's, I think, a lot of the disillusionment right now is arising for the collective, like that realization. I was sold a story. I was sold a story on what a husband or a wife or a friend or a lover or what that meant to me. I was sold that story. I wasn't allowed to even form that understanding on my own because it was just so programmed in us. Even if you could see the distortion, because most of us grew up in very, I don't want to say unhealthy, but definitely, what's the word? Dysfunctional families, right? And so we then carry those dysfunctional parts within ourselves. This is sort of the dismantling of that as well, so that we have more of a cohesion. I'm hearing cohesive relationship to self and to others. Oh. Finding balance, says Jess O. Spiritual awakening, Scorpio. That was well, but I'm 48 years old, a grown-ass man, and you got me tearing up, Purge. Well, tears are good. Tears are a way of purifying and detoxification. It's actually probably the best form of a physical release. There's a reason why we have tear ducts. And anyway, let's. I'm sorry if I made you tear up. Purge. I'm not doing personal readings. Okay. And this is what we're doing. The shadow work is the purge. It's the release. It's the letting go of the old, the dismantling. And it's not easy. It's not enjoyable, but we get breaks in between. We get breaks in between the really heavy work So embrace that as well, and know that we were also sold the story that we are separated and disconnected from source. That we were sold the story and believed that we were never at the top of the mountain to begin with, and that we have to climb this mountain. We came from the top of the mountain. We come from source. We are a form of source energy. You can't disconnect from, no matter how hard you try. Our heart will drown if we don't. Oh, thank you. We are sensitive, and it's okay. It is totally, actually, it's something to honor and embrace. Because if you look around, and it's actually some visions I've been getting a lot too. If you look around, you walk, around, most people are just staring at their phone, at their device. They're already so hypnotized into it. They are not here. They are robots at this point. Not to say that's not going to change, but there are waves of the collective that are awakening, and our light body, our energy field, the force of that is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And we are like this wave of energy that is pushing through the density, pushing through the old, and paving a way for the others when it's their time to awaken from the dream, awaken from the spell of amnesia that we all get put under to some degree. So 10 of air is the end of a difficult situation, to embrace change and expect that things will get better. But if there's a great sadness that arises, the first card out, embrace that. That is what is showing itself within you, that needs more love, that needs more attention, that it's not something, it's the sadness, anything that comes up that we don't like to feel, we do whatever we can to not feel it, right? We distract ourselves, we, do something else to try to feel better, want to feel better, instead of looking at what is this that is showing itself to me, this sadness. Let me go into it. Let me honor you. There's a part in me that's sad, and I want to get to know you more. I want to work through the healing of that. We're just being more receptive to the energy. Yep. That's Black Moon. Yep. I so resonate with Black Moon Lilith. There was a time in my life that I was terrified when I knew that we were heavily influencing energies with Black Moon Lilith. I'm like, no, not again. I'm so tired of purging. But now I'm like, bring it. I want to see what's still in here. I want to see what is holding me back within myself. What's keeping me from fully honoring and loving myself? What's keeping me from being all of my truth, no matter who I'm around, no matter who I'm talking to, no matter who I'm engaged with? I don't want to have walls up. I don't want to wear a mask. I'm done with that. Scorpio's fuel, yes. Shadow work, exactly. So then we have the High Priestess here. Archangel Haniel says, listen to your intuition and have patience. Consider carefully what you want before acting. Another thing that I'm receiving on the High Priestess energy, again, the High Priestess is secrets. It's secrets, that it's parts of ourselves that we keep secret, that we don't show. Again, shadow. More Pisces, yeah. It is the intuitive parts of ourselves And with the October coming around the corner and so many people talking about the energy of the witch, it seems like just yesterday I shared um, a past life vision that I had, but it was last year around this time, a very vivid past life vision I had of myself being tortured and slowly, it was a long, slow, torturous death because I had been labeled as a witch. And the truth of the matter is, if we look at the history, not just this country, but other countries as well, there were thousands, if not millions, of women brutally murdered just because they were connecting to source energy, just because they were connecting to nature and herbs and plants and other realms, or maybe not even. It was a scary time, but those were some strong beliefs of the collective at that time. So think about what beliefs actually do to us human beings when we're in a collective mass. I don't know why that came up, but that is a big reason why in this lifetime, many of us, men and women alike, hide the fact that we have mystical experiences, hide the fact that we have intuitive hits and telepathy and all of these other things, for not just fear of being made fun of or ostracized, but there's an underlying deeper fear of being brutally tortured and murdered all over again. I can tell you that that's not a conscious fear, but if I dive deep enough into that energy, that's where it resides. So anyway, that's another big message here. But the Three of Water talks about celebration with others. And this is talking about birthing something new. And the need to have more fun with others. Let's bust out a couple more of the oldie but goodies. What else do we have here? We have if the angels wanted to come through. It is spiritual war, yes, absolutely. It's very interesting. But let's be the warrior of light. The warrior of love, of compassion. Yeah, I forget what day it was. Like, time and space is so hard to keep track of. And I actually do have like another new part-time job or hat to wear in my life experience now that I accepted. And that one has me having to keep track of dates and time. It's been interesting, but I'm sure that we will work through it. Actually, what it's doing is it's bringing up a very old version of myself and how I operated in the workforce, because I do have this strong energy and I kind of plow through work. I work really fast and end up getting taken advantage of and for granted because of that. So anyway, I don't know why I wanted to mention that. The warrior of light. Yep. And it's important that we do honor that. Our light quotient in our energy field and in our physical body continues to expand. And the more we release ourselves from the old beliefs and the old things that are coming up for us, that are being triggered within us for us to transmute, for us to release, the more light quotient we can hold, we can take in. Some people are seeing it. I used to see it. I think it was last summer when the energies got really intense. I was seeing there were times where I would see it. Actually, if I really focus, I can see it. I can see it now. You can see the little what is it? Photonic light that's coming through. Hi, no, we're doing a collective reading right now. Oh, that's interesting. So Spiritual Awakening Scorpio wants to know how old everybody is here. You know, that's an interesting question because it does seem like a good bit of the collective awakening is part of Generation X, so to speak. Not saying that all, but Generation X, and I've heard this, actually, this came through as a channeling through me, many years ago. I didn't even realize it, but it was just this big aha moment that we're the smallest generation, but we're actually the most powerful generation as we come through this awakening. When you think about it, all the stuff that our generation did, like with Live Aid, Feed the World, connecting the world together, and we need to bring that stuff back, and people are waking up. We can't force anybody to do anything, though. We have to stay in our own lane and be the influence. Page of Pentacles. It's a bit of good luck coming through when we take time to heal. Okay, this is a separate message. Okay. Give me some more. Ooh, another message that's coming through. This has been coming through for me very strongly. We're back. That's right. So I am 52. I will be 53 in November 9th. All right. Well, we have Justice at the bottom. Angel of Integrity. So this is what we're working towards. There's the scales of balance. There's that Libra energy. So here's an interesting message. This sounds very specific, but maybe this is for this collective that's here right now. There's been a bit of luck. What did you say, 32? What was that, 32? 32 what? Oh, you mean my age? I wear it proudly. 52, soon to be 53. Some of us have come into a bit of luck or a lucky streak or a lucky opportunity that's allowed us a little more comfort on our journey, just maybe a little bit more stability or room to breathe. I just definitely resonate with this one. Be mindful because there are other energies swirling around this lucky streak, this opportunity that's opened up. Somebody else or something else had to be removed or left or we'll just say dropped into another space realm. And you may find that people want to bring it up and talk about it, gossip. Now here's that trickster testing energy once again arising. Don't fall for it. Be in your highest integrity, right? Don't fall for the lure of what happened, talking about somebody else. Now, it's different if you actually suffered from some kind of experience and you need to like talk about your feelings and your experience of it, but gossip is just talking about somebody else and what they did or who you feel they are or anything like that. Don't fall for it. We're all sensitive, and many people will feel and know when you're talking about them, and vice versa. A lot of times we get psychic attacks. We give and get psychic attacks when we're talking about somebody or somebody's talking about us. We'll feel it, we'll see it, we'll somehow experience it in some way, shape, or form. And if we're talking about psychics and intuitives, and we all have that ability, just be mindful of what you're doing, who you're talking about here. In this life 54, I could be much older. Yeah, I feel like 552 years old. I definitely feel like I've lived several lifetimes in just this lifetime, for sure. I know exactly what you mean, Martin. It's important to honor the sensitivity that we're in, but also realize that others are sensitive, and we're all learning and growing and playing a specific role or part for each other's growth and evolutionary growth. This is the North Node, is all about our growth. It is uncomfortable. It is a process of maturing, a process of becoming wise, a process of we have to, release what no longer serves us so that we can really honor and become of the utmost integrity of who we are in soul. So basically, Three of Wands, we're being prepared for our North Node. We're being prepared for our future. Once we're trees, crystalline beings. I've been reincarnated twice. I've been reincarnated many times, and more of them are arising in my awareness. It's been very interesting this past lives. What would you call it? Regression, I guess, that is happening just naturally for me right now. I think it's pretty cool, and it also makes sense of some of the illogical fears and other things that we have that you just can't explain. There's no logical reason for it. It is definitely linked to past life experiences for sure. So preparation. We're being prepared for sure. Did we want to pull a universe has your back? I know I did pull from these cards not too long ago. All right, and I am, as I said, don't have a whole lot of tolerance for nonsense today. And I do want to honor the sensitivity of everybody in the group here. So thank you for being here and sharing energy. And I will work to keep the chat clean and clear as best as I can. What other messages do you have for us all, please? My neighbors below are moving. I can hear their truck backing into the driveway. Okay. Okay. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Yeah, the journey of surrendering. We think it's over. We're like, oh, I got through that. Keep surrendering. Surrender more. When I lean towards love, I am led. Obviously, you're waking everybody up, myself also. Well, good. What else? What else? What else? And it's not all, the journey, the spiritual awakening journey. It is an incredible experience to reach the heavens, but we also visit the hell and everywhere in between. There's a lot of gray matter a lot of gray scale going on right now in the shadow areas of life for us all, with purpose, intent on keeping us on track. We have so much new energy on the planet right now. When I say new, I mean higher frequency. With that, we're also fast tracking into the age of technology and robotics and things that are not of nature, so to speak. And not to say anything is good or bad, but we want to really tap into our intuition and be able to discern and trust and flow with the energy that is guiding us, instead of being misled and guided into places and spaces that are really out to just control and dominate us, take control, fear-based control tactics. Less dense, lighter. Yes. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Ultimately, that seems very cut and dry. Ultimately, this is true. We have some buffer areas here, so we're not creating everything that we're focusing on. But as we increase in our frequency and our light and our vibration, manifestation happens faster and faster. So we do want to understand what we're focusing on, what we are giving energy, which is emotion and thought, intent. There's a magical quotient within, and there are people that understand how that works, and there are other forces out there that want to put a stop to it, so they put out deceiving, false light messages, and I am not about that at all. This is not easy, but it should be. It's natural, but it's like Martin says, it is a spiritual battlefield, an energetic game that some are not playing fairly. Let's just say that. I know we got one foot in the door, heaven and hell, but this, I know we're bringing everybody together for the betterment of humanity and the kids. Yes, yes. Jess O, those are true words on that card. It's taken me a while to figure that out. Still learning that process every day. Yeah, because we generate our own energy vortex or field when we put a lot of focus on something. So it can be anything from something positive to something negative. And depending on how much energy, how much emotion and thought and intent is put into something, you see what you create. Now you can, I don't want to go into the whole mechanics of it, because again, there's so much distortion out there right now. And what we want to focus on right now is what we are going through at the present moment. Black Moon Lilith, we're working with the South Node, the Sun, Mercury, and soon to be the Moon. The solar eclipse is all working together. This ring of fire. And that is potent, great, huge changes. Great, huge changes that we're doing a release and an opening to the new simultaneously. So it feels like this giant push-pull, who am I, where am I, what am I doing kind of energy right now. So it's really important to honor your body, honor how you're feeling, slow down, be in the flow, be very present right now, and don't fall for the trickster energy. Don't fall for the trickster energy. You're very welcome. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Yes. It is important to trust the process and to have faith in that which we don't always see, but we feel and we know in our heart of hearts that it is true, that love exists, that there is light, that there is a higher power, that we are all part of the whole. And to not place blame, not to put our focus outside of ourselves, especially right now, because that's a trap. It's meant to trap us. Again, for those of you who feel like you're really stuck, look into just reading. Even, I'm sure there's shorter versions of it, but Thoth, Emerald Tablets, the Halls of Amenti. It's mirroring back to us what it is that we are projecting outward, sometimes unconsciously, and it's really important that we see ourselves, know thyself. Very important part of this game of life is to know yourself, because it is an interactive quantum field of mirroring and projecting. So let's get one more message. My goodness. They're coming out of the woodwork. We're going to read one more message from my favorite deck of all time, Native Spirit. I feel it calling right now. Oops. You guys can feel free to share any of your experiences right now, what you're going through, if you feel called to. Or if you have any questions, I can possibly answer or try to answer. If the cards have not answered already, let's just clear some space here. It's so good to share this energy with you guys too. I really appreciate this this time, this interactive time. And I think that's probably why I was having a lot of time to myself. And in the spirit, like I said, in the spirit world, I've lost complete and utter track of time and space. And even when I try to do what I think I'm supposed to do or responsible to do, everything like stops working, including the internet. All right, one final message here. But when I hear, go live, connect to people, I'm happy to do it. And it's saying right now there's only one person on here. So if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up or something. Like I said, technology likes to mess with me. I'm going to pull one last message for us. I don't want to drink or smoke no more. You know, those things will come up too, the cravings. It's important for us not to judge ourselves in anything, but just pay attention. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Pay attention to what is actually at the root of whatever is calling to us at that time. Still here? Okay, thank you. I think the cards are speaking to us what we need to hear. Thank you. Oh, good. Yeah. All these social media platforms have been playing games with me. I'm not playing back. I'm just going to do what I do. Thank you for telling me you're still here. Final message for us all. What would be beneficial for our highest and greatest good? There's been a lot of air. We got Spirit of Air. There's been a lot of air cards that came out. So love it, love it. Spirit of Air. There we go. So again, that Neptunian fog, or just maybe that's getting clearer. We're kind of clearing away from that. Testing. Stairs. Okay, thank you guys. All right, clarity and expansive perception of life is emerging. You're being advised to see life from a higher perspective. Clear out mental clutter. Breathe. All is well. Do not be concerned. The cobwebs are being cleared away. Communicate your truth. Take care of details. Pay attention and don't let things slip through the cracks. Take time to hear the truth of others. Spirit is whispering to you. Open your mind to see a situation in a new light. Your native spirit wants you to know the Spirit of Air represents the mental aspect of your life. It's the part that has the capacity to discern, analyze, organize, evaluate, and judge. Though seemingly subtle and unseen, air is composed of the most rarefied energy fields, and we're in constant communion with the vast universe through our breath. The Spirit of Air carries the energy of change and transformation, inspiration, aspiration, mental clarity, freedom, perception, communion, and communication. The element of air also allows you to see situations from a higher perspective. This card can indicate that it's time to do some major clutter clearing and organizing. So, and that's what we're doing. It's a little bit of an energetic clutter clearing and organizing as we are moving up to a higher elevation in our consciousness, in our building structure of sorts. Hello, Steph. And as we go to the higher realms, as we are clearing away the cobwebs, we're releasing, purging, and staying open to receiving. It is that push-pull of open to receiving new while letting go of the old. And sometimes they kind of intermix and it gets a little messy and confusing. That's okay. Stay present. Very, very present. The ether may have been removed from the periodic table. It's there as much as consciousness is. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's one and the same, right? That's what I have for us all today. And it's really good to go live. It feels like it's been a little while since I was able to, I don't know. I've been like all over the place energetically and physically. I've been doing a lot of events and a lot of psychic readings, which is amazing. But I lose track of time. Just definitely doing some clutter clearing physically and mentally as we're getting ready to move. It's interesting that my neighbors below are moving right now. They have a moving truck outside. It's great feeling right now to feel better every day. Yes. Enjoy your weekend. You do the same. Everybody enjoy your weekend. And for those of you impacted by the hurricane storms, my heart and prayers go out to you. I'm really, really happy to finally find out that my family down south is safe and okay. No power or anything, but nobody was hurt or injured. So that's time is an illusion. You're very right. But at the same time, we're playing this man-made game of time, right? When we have calendars and schedules. So there are times that I do have to pay attention to that. And that's where I'm working out the kinks in my experience right now. And it's actually working pretty well. I let go and Spirit taps me on the shoulder and says, oh, you know what? Check your calendar. You probably have something going on in a couple hours. And lo and behold, I do. So it's actually nice to stay in flow and in communication and with my higher self, with the ones that actually have the control, the joystick. Oh, Jess, you're in Florida. Wow. Everything okay? Doing well? I didn't get to talk to my family there. I have family at Clearwater, just above Clearwater Beach, Tampa Bay area. Hello, Nicole. Everybody's joining now. Yeah, I have family there. They seem to be doing okay. And then my brother, my baby brother lives in Asheville, North Carolina. We just heard from them about an hour before I came on here. My mom was like having panic attacks, not being able to know if he was okay. And so they're okay. Everybody's okay. So glad that you are all right. And yeah, definitely prayers go out to everyone affected. It's a mess. It's a mess down there. Martin says, you're appreciated. Thanks for the live and the messages and insights, your time and energy. Thank you. Thank you for being here and your insights as well. Just, we made it through. Have some family and friends all over the state. They took some hits. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people did. Tennessee too. Yeah, I stopped watching the coverage once I found out my brother, he was like the last family member in the path of the storm that we weren't hearing from. And my mom thought they were evacuated, but they were not. So luckily everybody's good. So yep. That's good. But again, we can put out energy and love and prayers to all those who have been affected, losing their homes, pets. I don't know all the details yet. I don't think anybody knows all the details of the devastation, but we'll know eventually. It'll be out there. So again, sending you guys all so much love. Sorry, Nicole, we are wrapping it up, but I'm going to post the replay so you can tap into that. And yeah, everybody have a beautiful weekend. I will be doing a new moon circle at Solace Farms Day Retreat in Chester Springs, PA with my good friend Holly Earth Guide. She has an amazing ability to channel messages, and she has some healing. She has a amazing voice through her voice and her drumming. I will be doing readings and some astrological updates and some channelings. And we had an amazing turnout for the full moon. So for the full moon eclipse part, we are going to be doing, you're going to go to the Menendez Brothers. That's all right. Join us in spirit. That's what I was going to say. This time for the new moon circle, we are going to go into ceremony at 6, from 6 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if any of you want to join us energetically, in spirit, join us. The more the merrier, to really just put out healing vibes, good energy out into the collective, and really help free us from whatever keeps us stuck, that sticky, nasty energy that keeps pulling us back. So much love to you all. And oh, you looked again, you have the kids. Oh, you should come with Jessica. Bring the kids. All right, much love to you all, and I will be back. Take good care of yourself, and let's keep swimming. Take care. Bye.